And of course, I wear a mask. I'm a little camera shy. I'm Ghost 45. I'm here with
ReyKaiserTv. Welcome. Glad to have you here, Ghost.
I'm glad to be here.
So, do you think that the mask has kind of become part of your identity on YouTube?
Yeah. And people always say, "Oh, why you hide your face? Are you ugly?" No, I just don't want people to know who I am. I don't want no, creeper just coming into my house or figuring out where I live. I want to protect my family. That's what people do all the time. They want to protect their family.
You don't want to deal with the paparazzi?
No, not yet. If they want to see my face, like right now, they have to subscribe to my channel. If I reach the 4 million subscribers, I'll take the mask off.
You heard it here. Ghost 45 reaches 4 million subscribers. The mask is coming off. So if you want that face reveal, start getting your friends. Send them the links. Get them to subscribe. Well, where are you at right now as far as subscribers go?
Right now, I'm almost at 320 subscribers.
Well, how long have you been uploading YouTube videos?
I started my channel back in 2014, but I didn't start uploading until 2015. Almost 10 years.
Yeah, it's 2023. You said you started uploading in 2015, so that's a good, 8 years.
But, like if you want to do it on your own, that's totally up to you. It's your body, your choice. It's never, too late to just say, God, I need help. I have problems, yada, yada, yada. It's nothing wrong for you for asking for help. You're a real man no matter what. If people is going to judge you saying, oh, you're asking for help.
So you think a lot of men don't want to ask for help?
At least part of the United States, probably about 50% of men just don't want help. They just want to figure out on their own.
And what is that? Is that pride or what is it?
I guess it's how they grew up. When their dad said, oh, I don't need no help from anyone, not even God. So, yeah, that kind of hurts, It hurts to actually hear that from your father and to his father's father. Sometimes I do pray to Jesus and God. If I'm lost, I'll just pray, to Jesus, like knowing that Jesus can actually help me. Like if I have, no plan, I ask him. If I'm stuck or lost, I ask for help. There's a lot of paths that you can choose. But in my heart and my mind, there's one path, and it's going to be rough. I want to work hard. I want to earn that.
Man, have you heard of the, speaking of work, bro, have you heard of the subreddit anti-work? Have you heard of it?
A little bit.
Dude.
Not a lot of it, but a little bit.
Man, I don't know if they have anything interesting that they've posted recently, but this whole subreddit is devoted to people who are just completely against the idea of working. They believe that this work is some kind of tyrannical conspiracy that like, oh, the government wants to keep you down by making you work. But no, man, we've been working since the very beginning.
A lot of people that work from home, before this COVID-19 started, why would you just stay at home? And there's an open world out there. No one's outside. You can just go outside in your yard and just, suntan or play with your dogs or something. Like if you step outside, the police are going to say, you have to go inside or you're going to be arrested.
You're talking about like with COVID, how it was during that time?
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. And they released all those pictures that was like, oh, at Times Square or like the Eiffel Tower, all these places where there's usually just hundreds of people and there was just nobody.
Yeah, nothing. Except for, officers with their horses and police officers just patrolling. And it felt like it's martial law. They just did that. My mom always, sometimes let me, go out and get some groceries. And my mom told me, and it kind of, no offense, it kind of made me really, really mad. When she said, I'm your mom, you're my baby, I'll do anything for you. But she told me, if you get in trouble without wearing a mask, you're on your own. That's $400 fine. And I told my mom, you said, I'm your child, I'm the baby. You said you can do anything for me. So that means you lied in front of my face.
Now, did you ever go out wearing your ghost mask?
No. I know people are going to say, well, this Ghost 45 character is wearing a mask in his videos. That makes him a hypocrite. No, I don't wear my mask in public.
Man, I want to show you something. So I told you that I had a video that I wanted you to see, and I wanted to get your live reaction to it. And so the way we can do it is I'll play it on the big screen, and then if you want, you can hit the pause button to offer your commentary. So yeah, here's what it is, and I want your live reaction.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Chapman.
And I'm Bob Evans. The King James Version of the Bible has been removed from multiple Davis District schools. This after a committee found it contained...
Did he just say that they just removed it from schools?
You heard him correctly. He said the King James Bible has been removed from Davis County schools. This is in Utah. Listen to why.
This after a committee found it contained both vulgarity and violence.
Now that kind of, really gets my temperature up. Like, look at video games now.
Mm-hmm.
It's more violence. The HD quality is flawless. What about video games? And what about, other people that are Catholics? They blame anyone else except for themselves. And the Catholic, they said, I got this on paper. In all matters of moral decision-making and respect the rights of others to do the same.
Is that from the Catechism?
It's from the Catholic,
Yeah, like their book.
And like right there, they said, have rights to be who you want to be. So with people with identity disorder, I'll play their game. I'm Catholic, but I identify as a Christian. So you have to respect my morals and decision respectfully.
Jesus said, call no man on this earth your father. He was talking about religion. Well, then why is it that every Catholic priest and monk is called father? Well, seriously, go walk down to the local Catholic church, walk in, and he's going to say, how can I help you, my son? And you're going to say, yes, Father, so-and-so. Oh, let's go to the confession, talk to Father. Well, then why did Jesus say, don't call any man on this earth your father?
Yeah, I think he's talking about, if you say Father, and you worship, I think it's referring to God up there as Father.
Well, what do they say, dude? You want to talk about the Catechism, bro? That's like their official book that they use. They say that the priest is another Christ. And, Jesus warned, he said, beware, there will be other Christs that will come. And now you have the priests who are saying, oh, I'm a Christ. That's how I can do the little cookie and bless it.
Yeah, let's continue watching.
Arnold spoke with a Utah lawmaker tonight who sponsored a bill just last year prohibiting certain sensitive instructional materials inside public schools.
The committee is going to be reading for a long time to read the Bible. They get to read it cover to cover.
This is Michelle Edgley.
Look at her face, bro. Look at how smug and how happy she is. But look at how excited she is to be taking the Bible away from young children, bro. It's just disgusting.
That's like a smug look.
It really is. It really is. She's very proud of herself. But you know what? The proud will be brought down, the Bible says.
Sometimes read the Bible. They get to read it cover to cover.
This is Michelle Edgley, the president of the Utah Educational Library Media Association, speaking with Fox 13 News back in March.
Don't think that most parents have either the right or the knowledge of the student bodies to be banning books for the entire school.
On Thursday, the Davis School District says a district review committee reviewed the King James Version of the Bible in its entirety. While they determined it didn't contain sensitive material as defined by Utah code, they still pulled it from elementary and junior high school library shelves.
Can you believe that, bro? Can you believe that? The Bible's pornographic?
Really, bro? There's no pictures of a girl showing her butt.
No, that's ridiculous to call the Bible pornographic. It's honestly satanic, bro.
Yeah.
And dude, I want to point something out here. So look at the Bible that they showed on here.
District says a district review committee reviewed the King James Version of the Bible in its entirety. While they determined it didn't contain sensitive material as defined.
Okay, so You notice anything interesting?
The Book of Mormon, man.
The Book of Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants, and then what's the a Pearl of Great Price? Okay, bruh. The Book of Mormon, Doctrine and Covenants, and a Pearl of Great Price. Those are Mormon books, dude. Those aren't Christian books. The Bible says, "Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar." Okay.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there and they're lumping in the Bible with all these other random Mormon books. But you know why? That's because it's in Utah, bro. Utah's where all the Mormons are, dude. They're all up in there.
I don't think people can read. I'll be ashamed if people can't read. But between the difference of Mormon and Christians.
Not saying, oh, we banned the Bible. They're saying we banned the King James Version. You know, and you try to tell people which one the real Bible is. Well, this should tell you.
Well, yeah.
By Utah code, they still pulled it from elementary and junior high school library shelves. Back in March, a Utah parent petitioned to have it removed, saying the religious text is pornographic.
We're grateful that the Sensitive Material Review Committee is taking their job seriously.
Utah State Representative Ken Ivory sponsored a bill that passed the legislature last year prohibiting sensitive materials in schools.
When many groups characterize this as banning books, that really is an attempt to simply, hyperbolize what's going on. We're simply clarifying age-appropriate limits.
With that law in place, if a parent makes a formal request, schools have to remove any books that contain human genitals in a state of sexual stimulation.
Are you kidding me?
Acts of
Bro, are you kidding me? Human genitals in a state of sexual stimulation or arousal? Where's that in the Bible? Are you kidding me?
If they're going to ban that, they should ban 50 Shades of Grey book.
Oh, for sure, dude. That should have never been written. Bro, every time in the Bible, when they talk about having sex, they say that he laid with her or he knew her, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything pornographic, nothing. And you know what? God wrote it that way on purpose so that the child can go up to their mom and say, "Mom, what does it mean to know somebody?" And then the mom can then choose whether she wants to describe it, or the dad can choose whether he wants to go into detail. So he may say, "Oh, well, you're not old enough yet. I'll teach you later." Right? Yeah. And you know what's crazy? It's so funny that they're banning the King James Bible, but there are actually modern versions of the Bible that have like RAPE. They have that word in the Bible. Nowhere in the King James Bible will you find the word rape. But in these modern Bibles, they put that word in there and they put other things in there like that. They put I think it's the ESV. They put the word orgies in there. Orgies in the Bible. Okay. What's going to happen when a kid goes and Googles that? So
that kid's going to change everything.
So why would you ban the King James Bible, which just says no? What's going to happen if a kid types in, "he knew her"? Nothing bad. Nothing bad at all is going to pop up.
No.
But what's going to pop up when he types in rape and orgies?
It's going to change something different.
Yeah, there you go. So if you're going to ban any Bibles, ban the ESV, ban the NIV, but don't ban the King James. Then let's see, acts of human mass. Yeah, this is definitely not for kids. My gosh. Okay. Yeah, sorry. This podcast is not for kids. We're talking about some adult things in here, but we're not promoting these adult things. We're talking about them because this is the truth of the evil of the world we live in.
Yeah.
So right here, acts of human masturbation or sexual intercourse. Okay. Show me in the Bible where somebody masturbates. Okay. Yeah. The people say like, oh, there's one part where it says that he spilled his seed on the ground, and they say, oh, that's masturbation. No, it's not. No, it's not. God told that man to get his wife pregnant, right? And so instead of him doing it inside of her, he let it be on the ground. That's what happened. And so he disobeyed God. He didn't masturbate. Come on now. This is ridiculous. And the word sex and sexual, never in the King James Bible. So this news report is being more pornographic than the Bible.
Yeah. Masturbation or sexual intercourse.
Shoot, yeah. Look at this last one.
Any books that contain human genitals in a state of sexual stimulation or arousal, acts of human masturbation, or sexual intercourse.
Look at that one. Right there, look. Fondling or other erotic touching of human genitals or pubic region. Are you kidding me? That's nowhere in there.
And to be honest, my friend actually, let me read a little bit of King James.
Mm-hmm.
And there's none of that in there.
I've been reading the King James Bible now for 4 years. I read the regular, not the regular, but I read the New King James before that. And nowhere in the King James or even the New King James is any of that stuff.
No.
What it is it's freaking Satanists that are trying to take over, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, you know what's weird? My friend sent you the picture of this new, it's not even an energy drink. It's called Beast.
The Beast. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the new Monster line?
Yeah, and he told you it's not even Monster. It is actually an alcohol beverage. 6% of alcohol.
Is it 6%? I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. Wow. And so that's funny for Monster. A lot of people have known this for a long time, but the 3 Monster claws are 666. It's the Hebrew Tav, which is 6. And it's always said on the back of the Monster can, unleash the beast.
Yeah.
Well, now they've done it.
It's,
They've unleashed the beast.
and what's going to happen if you accidentally buy that drink for your teenage, son or daughter? They're going to be freaking drunk.
Well, dude, exactly. And I mean, here's the thing. A teenager can go while his mom is shopping and just grab that and put the Beast Monster alcohol in the cart. Okay. And then the mom, she's not going to know the difference. She's just going to be scanning her groceries, and maybe she notices, maybe she doesn't, maybe the cashier notices that the mom is old, so she doesn't even ask for her ID. Right.
Yeah.
And then boom, there you go. You've now brought this alcohol into your house and you didn't even know it.
And that's not even one of them. Mount that.
That's right. That's right. I'd have to remind myself of what those look like. Mountain Dew alcohol.
I think I had 10-12% alcohol.
Wow, really?
I think.
Let's see here. It's called Hard Mountain Dew. It's like, and this is the same thing. It's like, you think you're getting your kid Mountain Dew, but really, I mean, you've gotten them alcohol.
Now, whose fault is that? Oh, it's not the Christians. It's your own fault.
Well, exactly. A lot of Christians think that drinking any alcohol is wrong. I don't go that far because I know that Jesus drank wine. However, if you think that drinking alcohol is wrong, then good on you. Don't ever drink.
Yeah. Me and my friend, we don't even drink.
Mm-hmm.
Because first time I tasted alcohol, it tastes like caca. It tastes like pure, it felt like you're drinking, like cough syrup or
Yeah, like cough syrup or like a rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, here's the mascots they use. They use a tiger. What's this? Some kind of eagle?
Eagle.
Oh, was that a wolf?
A shark.
Oh, that's a shark.
That's a great white shark.
Oh, Baja Blast, yeah. And a snake.
Ah, so that's interesting. We got a tiger, we got an eagle, we got a shark, and last but not least, a snake.
This is almost like the monsters that you fight in the first Resident Evil, except for you don't fight tigers, you fight dogs, but I mean, you fight birds, sharks, and snakes in it. But yeah, let's finish this video.
Their determination to limit the age appropriateness of the Bible should set a standard.
A district spokesperson says the Bible is not taught as part of the curriculum. They estimate 7 to 8 elementary schools and junior high schools in the district have the Bible on library shelves.
The Bible has always been best studied around the fireplace by the families, where parents can give context to the warnings and the teachings that are in the Bible.
The decision has been appealed by an individual.
He stuttered You're trying to think of something, my man. What are you trying to say? Just straight up just burn the King James Bible real quick?
Oh, they would love that, bro. And the thing is, man, the sad thing is that what he said right there was true. He said that the Bible is best studied around the fireplace by families. That's true.
Yeah.
Families should be reading the Bibles with their children. However, a lot of families don't do that. And for some kids, the only place that they will ever get the Word of God is in their libraries at school. And now these devils have gone and taken that from them. I mean, let's say they come home, like, not every family is like me where we just have a bunch of Bibles laying around. You could come home and have no Bible. You know, your parents may never bring up the name Jesus. How are you ever going to learn about it? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you may learn later in life, but what may you have done to your life before then? You might have gotten on drugs and gotten some kind of STDs, you know, all because you didn't have the Bible in your life to tell you that those things were wrong. You know? But yeah, dude. And then I want to show you this is basically the same thing. These are little news reports, but bro, this thing in Utah happened yesterday. Yesterday, bro.
Yesterday.
Yes, dude. This just happened. And then we don't have to watch the whole thing.
Oh, you know, I need to tell you something.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot about this. You know, the MLB baseball, league, right?
Yeah, Major League Baseball.
You know, they changed the old logo to Pride logo.
Of course they did.
And you know what happened in social media? People started laughing. Over 50,000 people started to laugh at them. And 5,000 people that are with Pride gave it a thumbs up and a heart. Only 5,000 people.
Oof. And how many were laughing?
50,000 plus.
Wow.
And you know what they did? In a couple of hours, like in the morning, they changed their old logo back.
Really? All right. Well, hey, if that's the case, then that shows that if we just raise enough of a fuss about this whole gay pride stuff, we can push it back.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like the reason that LGBTQ, SJWs, feminists, trans, all these people, the reason that they have been able to get so far in our culture and in our politics is because we haven't done anything. The reason that these people are able to take the Bible out of schools is because people haven't done anything. You know, they say, hey, we're taking the Bible out of your schools. Okay. We're going to have drag queen story hours and have grown men dressed up as women having your little kids sit on their lap and twerking for little kids. Okay. We're going to tell me, no more okay.
No.
You know, at some point we got to say enough is enough. And I'm glad you brought up the whole gay pride thing.
Like, no offense, just drop the basketball and just say, no, we don't want that. We have choices too.
Mm-hmm.
You have rights, I have rights. And my child ain't gonna, my child's not gonna look at a freaking grown man twerking at my child's face. No.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
No, that's gonna be a fight, and I'll probably end up in prison.
Yeah, I wouldn't allow that either.
And the NFL did that to at least 8 teams to Pride. And the rest of it just stayed where there is. Because they're not with the Pride.
And
they don't want it.
So many businesses do it.
Because the NFL and the baseball league, they're afraid to make fun of by real fans.
Yeah, men that watch their sports.
Yeah. And they're going to lose that because, we're going to lose another $250 million. I guess we can change the logo to Luke Gary.
Yeah.
And they did. People gave it 200,000 likes.
Nice. Well, ask yourself this. Let's just be real here. How many transgenders, how many feminists, how many gay people are out here watching the NFL? Okay. I mean, it's kind of like that whole Bud Light thing. It's like Bud Light and beer is something that, people, they go and they work their construction jobs, they come home and then they drink their beer. But then you're going to take a transgender and have him try to sell people beer.
I think 1% of transgenders don't even watch. Or 99% real people watch it. I think 1% of transgenders watch it. Just 1%.
They're too busy watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah. When I see that in commercials, I just pull up my phone I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it, man. I'd rather watch another YouTuber just make fun of, people are just dumb. People are just trying to steal stuff and they get knocked out from a random object.
Yeah. Dude, that's the whole reason why I got YouTube Premium in the first place. Is because I didn't want to see the transgenders. It was okay, you're trying to sell me Nike shoes or something. It's okay, whatever. Show me a Nike commercial. Yeah. I don't care. But when you start putting these demons on my screen, have you seen some of these drag queens, bro? They look like demons.
I don't want to even look at them, man.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't because it's vexing. But I mean, I had finally decided enough is enough. There was these two men on there holding hands, and then the next scene it showed this man dressed up as a woman. I said, nope, no more ads for me. I am done with ads. You had your chance, YouTube.
Yeah, I may get the YouTube Premium. I don't know. Probably today or probably tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, I mean, dude, I know they have like a family plan, so maybe we could look into like getting on something like that. I don't know. I know my mom wants to have YouTube Premium, and so like if you wanted to get it, and then we knew some other who we could split it, and it'll be cheaper than doing it individually.
Yeah, right now me and my mom, we have a smart TV, so there's no box, no nothing. We can just watch TV.
Yeah, you still get ads though on YouTube.
No, we have a Spectrum. But the suckiest part is we can't rewind it.
Oh, gotcha.
So I said, Mom, I think the box would be more, we can record, we can rewind. Oh, I missed that. Let me rewind it again. But in this one, you have to be on demand so you can rewind it, but you're going to get the commercials no matter what.
Yeah. Well, because otherwise you would just fast forward through the commercials. They won't let you do that. They make you watch them.
Yeah. Kind of miss TiVo now.
Yeah. TiVo. That's old school, man.
Yeah.
That's old school. Well, let's finish this video.
Yeah, real quick.
Two now being used to challenge dozens of books.
So look, he's it's basically the same thing as the other video, but there's one specific thing I want to show you. Okay, I want you to see if you pick out something interesting right here.
This person, Chris Williams, explains this means the person has to be a student, the parent of a student, an employee, or a school board member. So far, there have been 8.
So we got 81 requests, 33 books removed, around 30
retained,
handful under review. So we got 81, and I guess we got the magic number that people hate, like you and me, 33.
Yeah, okay, they just happen to have removed 33 books. For our listeners who don't know, just look up the number 33. These secret societies use it all the time. The highest degree in Freemasonry is 33rd degree.
Like if you are in Disney World right now, there's a club called 33.
That's right, Club 33 in Disney World.
And you cannot, get in. You have to register to get in. And it will take like at least half of your life so you can get in.
And it's like, what do you have to do to get in? Because it's a secret club.
They're probably going to say, well, you have to sign a contract. I think you'll have to be in your blood.
More than likely, probably got to drink some blood or do some crazy stuff like that.
Or have like you and the goat in the other room.
Oh yeah, dude. Back when the fraternities used to do that. And I wonder if those fraternities still do that with the goat. I tried asking people when I was in college, but nobody would tell me because they're sworn to secrecy, because fraternities and sororities are secret societies.
Yeah. The only secret that you need right now, well, actually, never mind. You can actually just stay silent. You just pray to Jesus and just tell the truth. Just say it. And if your brothers or sisters say, oh, you broke the oath, you can just stay silent. You don't have to listen to them. If you broke the code, you're out. Be grateful that you're out.
Man, getting out is hard though, bro, once you get into these secret societies, because what they do is a lot of, like, I was listening to this one guy who was talking about, I don't know if he was wanting to be a rapper or an actor or what, but it was this black guy who was wanting to get that the producers took him into the back room. They pulled out a Polaroid camera. They said, strip butt naked. We're going to take some pictures of you naked. Well, why? Well, that way, if you ever decide to leave, they'll release the pictures.
Yeah, they'll definitely embarrass you. 100% of the time.
Yeah. But that is interesting, though. 33 books removed.
But there's actually another 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 threes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yep. These people love their numbers.
51 requests. 33 books have been removed. About the same number have been retained, and a handful are still being reviewed.
We don't jump to conclusions. We go through the entire process. We don't blow off on a request because we think it's silly.
The request can be made up.
You lying, man. You know that boy's lying. We don't skip it. Yeah, I think you do skip it.
Yeah, you're telling me you sat down and read the whole Bible. I think not. X to doubt. Sorry, buddy. No.
On the district's website, but the requester needs to include reasoning for the book's removal. For example, the request for the Bible's review included 49 pages of Bible verses that could be deemed inappropriate under the law.
This has been very time consuming. We have 15 committees that have been established for this purpose.
Each committee is made up of at least 7 people. They have 60 days to review the book. The law outlines some criteria that must be met to remove the book.
60 days is a very short time to read the whole Bible.
Yeah.
Including descriptions of illicit sex, erotic touching, or sodomy.
Okay. Oh boy, this gets me hot. Okay.
60 days to review the book. The law outlines some criteria that must be met to remove the book, including descriptions of illicit sex.
Okay, and we already covered this in the last video. Illicit sex, okay, it doesn't describe it in detail. Erotic touching, it doesn't describe it in detail. But check out that third thing down there. What does that say?
Sodomy.
Sodomy. Now, what is sodomy?
Pleasure or something like that?
Sodomy is gay sex.
Yeah.
You remember Sodom? Remember what God did to Sodom?
That sucker nuked it.
He nuked it, bro. Okay, that's where the term sodomy comes from. And all throughout the Old Testament, it talks about King David. It says that King David drove out the sodomites. Bro, back in these days, they were having their pride rallies. Back in the days of King David, back in the Bible. I don't know if they were using the rainbow or not, but they were having their pride rallies and they were going up and down the streets. But they weren't just doing that. They were going to war. The sodomites had swords and spears and they were ready to fight. Now, I don't know, man. I mean, are gay people good fighters? I don't know. We're going to make so many people mad. But I don't care. I don't care. I will say what I need to say. But look, bro, here is the main point that I want to make here about this, okay? Note the fact that they say that, oh, there's sex in the Bible and there's sodomy in the Bible. Is there wrongful sex in the Bible? Yes. Is there sodomy in the Bible? Yes. Does it describe it in detail? No. But why is this stuff in the Bible? Because God is showing that man is evil.
Yeah.
And isn't that interesting? And bro, keep that in mind. They're saying, oh, the Bible has sodomy in it, so we're going to take it out. But I want you to pay attention to this guy who's talking.
Or sodomy. Criteria that will be used to review the Bible.
So the committee is looking at that right now, looking at the...
Do you notice anything interesting about the background?
Yeah. We see like a couple paintings that the kids made. And there's a lot of animals, and it's colored in rainbow.
Okay, today's June 3rd, bro. This happened just, I think, probably 2 days ago because this news report came out yesterday. It usually takes them a day to get the news out, right? So right at the beginning of what do they call Pride Month, they banned the King James Bible in these schools. And look what this man, the man that they chose to put on here to talk about this, what is in the background?
Nothing but animals and rainbows.
Rainbows. And note what is that animal?
It's a tiger.
It could be a tiger. It looks more like a lion, though. Honestly, you see the mane?
Yeah, I see like 2 tigers, or not 2 lions actually.
Yeah. So check it out. I want you to picture this with me. At the beginning of Pride Month, which God hates pride. Okay. They give the children an assignment to make a rainbow-colored lion. And you know that the teachers were all talking about how awesome Pride Month was. Obviously they were, if they're making them make these rainbow things. Okay? Yeah. Now, we know that Jesus is described as the Lion of the tribe of Judah, right? So there is the good lion, which is Jesus. But guess what? The Bible also says that Satan walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour.
Yeah. And
so that rainbow lion, to me, in my opinion, is Satan. So he literally has pictures of Satan behind him. That's my interpretation. Yeah. And on the same day that they banned the Bible, isn't that something?
Yeah.
And you know what's the craziest part about this? What were of the 3 reasons that they said that we are taking this away? They said erotic touching, illicit sex, and sodomy. That's why we're banning the Bible. You're banning the Bible because of sodomy, and then you literally are teaching your kids about sodomy. That's what gay is, bro. It's sodomy.
So we got a guy that is a hypocrite.
Exactly. He is exactly a hypocrite, bro.
Like, okay, before we go any further, if you guys don't like facts or truth, don't say nothing. Just leave.
Yeah.
Just leave. Save your breath. Save your hatred for someone else who gives, no offense, who gives a crap.
Yeah. You know, and that you can say, well, that we're hateful, but the truth is we're not. We're not hateful. Okay. We're showing you true love. Okay. These people, what was it that they said when gay marriage got legalized? They said love wins, right? Yeah. But that's not true love. Sodomy's not love. No. Let's just be real. Look, a lot of people, you know, you tell this to kids and you're like, oh, well, a boy and a boy, they love each other, you know. Well, it's not love once they get into the bedroom. And I mean, I'm sorry, this episode's not for kids. But once they get into the bedroom, what they're doing to each other is anything but love.
Yeah, of course. And if a boy loves a boy, that means, of course, they're brothers. They can love each other.
Friends, brothers. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, they love each other. They give fist bumps.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do anything in the room. They got girlfriends. If they're straight, they're straight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and I'll tell you a story. I had a friend back when I was in high school, and we'll call him R. And R basically, he came out to us in, I think, senior year and said he was gay. And all of us, we were shocked, man. I grew up in the South. You know, we weren't cool with that. And to this day, I'm still not cool with that. I'll love you. I will love you if you're gay, but I will not tell you that what you're doing is okay, because it's not. So he came out and said that he was gay. And then I remember one time we went and saw Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man movie in theaters. And the whole time he was telling me about what him and his boyfriend did in the bedroom. And he told me that it put him in pain, having that put in him in the backside. He said that it put him through pain, and he said that his boyfriend didn't care. He didn't care that it hurt him. It was violence. You understand? This is tragic when boys fall into this. They've been tricked and said, "Oh, a boy can love another boy," but no. Once you get in that bedroom, it's violence, and it's wrong.
Yeah, the only thing that it's supposed to do is the bathroom. That's meant for that.
Yes.
And of course, it's going to hurt when hits the water toilet.
God designed that to get rid of waste, not to put your boy in, you know? That's ridiculous. And so, I don't know. I mean, we got to stand against this. You know, the Bible says it's wrong. We can clearly tell that it's wrong. And now they're literally coming out and taking the Bible out of schools.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd love to look at some of these comments and see what people have to say. So this person, 82 Jaster, says, and this is the find out part for Christo-fascists that have decided that it's okay to ban any literature that they deem as being inappropriate. So this guy, he's like, oh, well, now you're going to find out, calling us fascists. That's what happens when you get into the book banning business. Conservatives should have left well enough alone. This person says awesome with a smiley face. TBH, I agree with this. Keep LGBTQ books and religious books out of the school. If you want to go to a Christian or Catholic school, I can understand why you'd want a Bible in school, but in general, religion needs to stay out of school. This person says that the Bible was an explicit book for an elementary school to read. And I've gone down here looking through this, man. A lot of these people are just super cool with this. This person says, I don't like book bans, but if the extreme right wants to play that game, fair play, fire with fire.
Yeah, and you're forcing these kids to like what they like. And forcing kids saying a sex change on kids, it's okay. No, it's not okay.
No,
they have a choice. They are alive. They have a conscience. Let the kids be themselves. And if you're telling kids to say there are more genders, oh, if there's more genders, prove it. Prove it to us right now. If you can find one gender, a new one, prove us wrong. We'll give you 3-4 years to find a new gender. If you can't find it, just shut up and just leave this podcast.
And they say what is it they say? Oh, there's hermaphrodites. There's these people who get born with both genitals of a boy and of a girl. And in my opinion, that's tragedy. That's so sad. Okay. And so and that's confusing. A lot of people, they hear about this and they say, oh, that confuses me. I thought there were only two genders. Well, let me tell you why that there are these people. First off, hermaphrodites, they are 0.0001% of the population. It's hardly anybody is a hermaphrodite, number one. Number two, most hermaphrodites, when they're in the hospital, the doctor does a little surgery right there you got both of them. You don't need both of them. We get rid of one. Okay. They take care of that when they're a baby. But the most important thing I would say is that we live in a fallen, sinful world. So therefore, the genetic code has gotten messed up talking about this. They said that Adam and Eve had perfect genetics. Perfect. And then back then, Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, they married their wives. They married their sisters. And it wasn't weird because the genetic makeup was perfect. Everybody came from two people. Nowadays, you don't marry your sister. You don't marry your cousin. Why? Because the genetics have gotten worse and worse over time.
Yeah.
Because when God cursed the earth, because man sinned, so God cursed the earth. And that's when things started getting bad. That's when we started getting thorns. Wild animals started trying to kill us. All this stuff started happening, right? And part of that was the breakdown of the genetics and the genetic code. And because the genetics are messed up in this sinful world, we have children who are born with autism. We have children who are born with Down syndrome. We have hermaphrodites sometimes, okay? Sometimes there's that one woman who's born with two conjoined twins.
Yes.
And she's like a woman walking around with two heads, but that's really two different people, you know?
And they're joking around who are you going to cheat on first?
Why are you thinking about that?
If you have a problem with that, man, I think you need help.
Yeah.
And that's the sign right there. God's giving us a warning. And that's a warning. He can mess you up no matter what. And the guy that says awesome with a smiley face, oh yeah, think about that when you die. And God's going to remember that. He's got everything recorded. He got everything memorized.
Dude.
From the get-go.
That's true, dude. There's books that'll be opened up with your entire life. And Jesus said the things that you've done in secret will be shouted from the rooftops. So all of our dirty little secrets are going to be aired out, which is why I'm glad that I've been saved. Because, dude, I can't imagine having to face God and actually getting punished for the things I've done in my life. Because I've been bad.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. I'm not going to lie. Of course, I don't remember. It's been so long, but if that happened, yes, I did that. Of course. Please forgive me, God. Of course, I did all that. Of course. Yeah, my mom whipped me with a belt. All that, yes. I did say some things I wasn't supposed to say. But, I deserve a butt whooping. I deserve to be in timeout. That's not sexual or anything. It's the truth. But, yeah.
Yeah. And parents should spank their kids,
And now we can't. We can't no more. Because the CPS and everything, it's just, oh, these kids are smart now. Because they can call the CPS and just take them away.
Dude, have you ever seen some of those videos where the kid will call the cop and the cop will show up? I've seen a couple of videos like this. And the cop will be like, well, what's going on, man? And then the kid will be like, my mom hit me. And the cop's like, hit you? And then the mom's like, I was spanking him. And he's like, oh, okay, well, spank him right now. I'll watch you. I love seeing that. It's like the cop knows what's up.
That's not sinning. He's not touching the child.
No, the Bible.
Mom is touching the child.
Dude, no, it's not sin. The Bible says to put the rod on your child's back and to save him from destruction.
And then there's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't be angry. If you're going to spank your kids, make sure you're calm and not angry.
Yeah, now CPS workers, they're out of control right now. They're out of control. This is why you have to know your laws before it's too late. You know, there's things that they cannot do. They can't force entry in your home. You have to tell them, why are you here? What's your name? Your full name and your badge or your badge.
And do you have a warrant too?
Yeah. If you have a warrant signed by a judge, if they say no, don't say nothing. Stay silent, just close the door. If they call the police, let them.
Yeah, you gotta have a warrant to come in my house.
And your rights, you have rights to film or audio in your own home. Your private property.
So you think it's a good idea to record when CPS comes, if they come?
Yes. Sometimes they will lie on the report. Saying, oh, he has running water. Oh, you know what? Let me lie and saying he has disgusting black mold water. And that's not even true. An audio recording, of course, go crazy. Because it's in your rights. This is your home, your castle, your rules. And if an officer says, well, we have to come in, of course, but an officer has to follow the rules as well. Search warrant, your name and your badge number. You have to say that. If they don't want to say nothing and they don't want to, respect your authority, say nothing. If they sit you down saying, sir or ma'am, we need to look in the house, you just close that door, stand right in front of the door and just say nothing. Just say, I want to call a lawyer. That's all you got to do. Say nothing.
And I'll add to that. Not only do they need to have a warrant, they need to tell you what the warrant's for. Because if the judge says, I'm giving you a warrant to search the dresser in the front room, okay? That doesn't give the police to go into your bathroom and into your bedroom and into your laundry room. No. They can only search what the warrant says they can search.
Yeah. And these CPS, they make false rules. They always make false rules. Like from the very beginning when YouTube started. They can fake a signature from a judge. They can make their own rules. They can make up laws up that doesn't exist anymore. So you have to be careful with these people. You have to record them 100% of the time. And they cannot, force the kids like, oh, is mommy and daddy not feeding you and your mommy and daddy hurting you? You can tell us. We can just take you away from this place. No, you can tell your kids, you can stay silent and don't say nothing. It's your choice, but you are living in my house. You're my child. And I will never let no one take it away from me.
And that's the thing, man. I think that CPS can be a good thing because there are a lot of parents out there that don't take care of their kids properly.
Yeah.
So, if you're a CPS worker and you've got a complaint and then you see that the kids' teeth are all rotten and they're dirty all the time and they look skinny, like they haven't had anything to eat and they're cussing at you because they don't know any better, that might be a good time,
Yeah.
But if they're lying, then that's not right. And they're going to have to answer to God for their lies.
Yeah. And there's a lot of rules on CPS workers in the office. If they're not telling the truth, then they get the first warning. After the third warning, they're gone. They get fired. So it's up to the CPS worker.
Man, I remember back when I was a kid, I had some stuff go on. I grew up in Mississippi though, so we didn't have CPS. We had DHS, which was I don't know what it stood for. I don't think it's the same thing as the Department of Homeland Security, but anyway, they were kind of like the CPS in Mississippi. And I remember sometimes I had to get called in for different family stuff that was going on with me, and they somehow misunderstood what was going on. Because my stepmom had been really verbally abusive to like me and my siblings, and that's what CPS or DHS got called for, right? Was about that kind of abuse. But then they pulled me into this other room and they pulled out this like picture of like a little naked boy and a little naked girl. And it was this older lady, and she was like, all right, show me where they touched you. And I was like, what? And it made me so uncomfortable as a kid, man. because I'm sitting there and she's like, what do you call this part of the body? And I was so uncomfortable because I was like a little kid, man.
So they just probably traumatized you.
I felt a little I felt violated, honestly. So, I mean, I think that there should be reform. You know, I think that people who are Christians, real Christians, who love the Lord and they eschew evil, I think that they should go into these CPS and DHS and say, hey, we're good citizens. We want to know how you're doing things around here. We want to make sure you're not lying and cheating. And we want to make sure you're not traumatizing little kids, you know? And that's what we have to do, man. Not vigilante justice, you know, not like Batman, but citizens justice in the way that I mean that we need to hold each other responsible. Yeah. You know, the people of Utah, like what we were talking about, where they're banning the Bibles in here, those parents need to walk up to that school board, 10 or 15 parents, walk right in there. I want to speak to the principal. Oh, you're not going to let us speak to the principal? Who can we speak to right now? We're not leaving this school until we speak to the principal. Call them out here and say, hey, buddy, we're not putting up with this. You put that Bible right back on the shelf. And that's what we need. And I'll tell you, man, that's the only way America's going to get saved.
Yeah.
Otherwise, God's going to destroy it.
Yeah, just get rid of the bad apples and just make sure you don't touch it.
Yep. And I think that's why a lot of people are probably, you know, if a certain president comes to power and starts trying to say, oh, we're going to get rid of all these people, it's like, be careful, though. You know, make sure that that person is a real Christian, because if they're not a real Christian, then they could really just be doing it to get rid of competition so they could get into power.
Yeah. I keep hearing like, oh, Trump 2024, we're going to make America great again. We're going to start out just destroy Christianity. We're going to destroy the world because I am God. I am the Messiah.
You catch him saying anything like that, bro. And dude, some of the stuff he said is so crazy. But if he ever says anything like that and you still are wearing a MAGA hat and you're still supporting him, how can you call yourself a Christian, man?
Yeah. How do you call yourself an American?
For real, it's like, okay. And you know, there was that whole thing like, oh, Trump is literally Hitler. It's like, well, hold on now. He's not literally Hitler, but how did Hitler come to power? He got rid of his opposition.
Yeah.
He came in and he said, oh, we're going to get rid of these evil people, the pedophiles. We're going to get rid of the pornography. Dude, that was the first thing Hitler and his brown shirts did. They went to the school of sexology in Germany where they were doing porn and all this other stuff. And they went in there and they burned the books. And the German people said, heck yeah, right on. Finally, somebody's getting rid of this evil. Now, was that good for him to do? Yeah. For him to go in there and destroy the perversion, that was good. But he wasn't a true Christian, and he was sneaky, and he used that to get rid of his opposition and to come into power.
Yeah.
Same thing with Stalin. Same thing with Saddam Hussein.
And same thing we got right now, Kim Jong-un.
Mm-hmm.
He deleted all religions, including Christians and Catholics.
Mm.
If you take your own Bible from like a state premier, if the army sees you with that, they're gonna tear it up or just burn it up. And you have to follow his rules. If you don't follow the rules, you'll probably end up in prison for the rest of your life.
And you got to wonder why. Why does Kim Jong want to get rid of the Bible? So he can be worshipped.
So he can play to be God. Yeah. Everyone can grow old and die. God can live forever and ever. But Kim Jong-un, I think he can die at old age. The guy, he said, oh, he doesn't have a butthole.
Yeah, he doesn't poop. Yeah, okay. What happens to the food? It just disappears?
Like
Does he just burp it all out?
Like it dissolves and make him like muscular or something. Look up Kim Jong-un, man.
Oh, he's real muscular.
He's a big boy, man. I'm saying he's a big fat boy.
You know, if he started pumping some iron, he could probably be a pretty good sumo wrestler.
Oh yeah. We're not joking around. You know, forgive us for laughing, but yeah, I think he'd be a good sumo wrestler.
He'd have to put on some muscle though. I feel like you poke him and your finger would just keep on going in because he's so soft.
Like, Ray, have you touched the bone yet? No, still going, and my elbows Ray disappeared.
His fat will just suck you in. I wonder how many of his wives are just stuck in his fat rolls.
Man, that boy, man, I swear, I'm surprised he doesn't have a disease yet.
He probably does, man. They just say like, oh no, he doesn't have a disease, and he's just giving it to everybody else.
Yeah, his 200 wives trying to get a boy, and every time he's trying to impregnate a woman, he wants a boy. But it looks like God has other plans. Saying, no, you don't need a boy. I'm just gonna make you a girl.
Has he had any girls yet? Has he had any daughters?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
It's unknown. There's no files, no nothing. Because Kim Jong-un is mad because he wants a boy.
Do you think he killed him? Do you think he had his daughters killed?
Hopefully not. Because if that's true, man, he just became a child killer.
Bro, they do that in like India and China, man. They like sit there and they say they want to control the population. So what they'll do is they'll go and they'll see if it's a girl, they'll do an abortion. And if it's a guy, they'll let him live because then the guy can go work in the mines or whatever. But a woman, oh no, we don't need any more people. Abort them.
Yeah.
It's super wrong, man.
Yeah, I don't think Kim Jong-un's going to get a boy.
I hope not.
That's God's, rule.
I hope not, man. Honestly, it'd be nice if he would just die without having a successor because I want to see what happens.
No, to be honest, I want Kim Jong-un to just wake up in reality and just join the group of the reality.
Imagine the good that Kim Jong-un could do if he got saved. If he really repented of his sins and came to the Lord with all the money that he has and his nuclear arsenal, he could start feeding his people, And the Bible has rules for kings, man. Kim Jong-un is a king. He's called supreme leader, but that's just another word for king. The Bible says, thou shalt not multiply to thyself wives, right? You're not supposed to multiply wives and just keep on getting more and more wives.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Crazy world. Crazy, everything. Like, I seen the new movie, the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or whatever.
Is that the new one with Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen the poster and I said, oh my goodness. I seen the poster. Miles is upside down. His suit is with a claw mark on his chest. I said, I need to talk about this one too. Because you just made a deal with the beast.
Wow.
That has claws.
Just like the claw through the beast drink.
Yeah, and the commercials from Cheetos, like the guy who's wearing all white, he's eating Cheetos, he wipes it on his, jacket. 3 marks. That's 3 claws.
That's right. And the beast is the Antichrist for people that don't know. It's going to be a one world leader. The Bible talks about in Revelation. He's going to rule every nation. He's going to rule every religion. He's going to be in complete control of the money. And he's going to cause people to take a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And if you don't take it, you can't buy or sell. You'll show up to Walmart to get your groceries and they'll say, okay, let's see your mark. No mark. I'm sorry, you can't buy here. Oh, hey, I have some chicken eggs I want to sell and post it on Facebook. And then the police, they message me on Facebook. Hey, I noticed you don't have a mark and you're just trying to sell your eggs. Yeah, I'm selling my eggs. They'll show up to your house. That's how it's going to be in the beast system.
Yeah, and this is where video games come along, some creators that make video games like survival, they're trying to help you in real life. Like the Ark Survival, I played that, and I'm getting real good at it. Kind of scared because of the dinosaurs and everything, but it's crafting. You're crafting, tools, weapons, and hunting, random things like animals. And sooner or later, that's going to happen, and you're going to have to live off the land, get off the radar, and hunt, fish, whatever. And it's going to be useful. Same thing with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That's a futurific, island that has a lot of drones that keeps an eye on you. If you do something wrong, the soldier is going to come up to your house. What did you say on your video? Or what did you say on your phone that you're going to kill, our king? So, yeah. Some video games are, worth playing and they can help you survive. And some video games are just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to ask yourself, it's like, is this helping me or is it wasting my time? And that's a good point. Man, I'd say that basically what ruins countries are when they lose two things. And the thing that you were describing about somebody coming knocking on your door, hey, what did you say about our king? What did you say about the leader? You know, there's a lot of people who live in that right now. Obviously, North Korea, that's how life really is for them. China's not quite as bad, but it's still pretty bad over there. Muslim countries, dude, it's the same thing. They basically, you have to worship Allah and the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, they'll get you, man. And people want to talk about, oh, gay people are so oppressed in America. You're not oppressed in America. You're a protected group in America. You have special rights in America. You know what they do in Muslim countries? They throw you off a building, bro.
Oh yeah, if you break a rule, man, you better kiss your life goodbye.
And like I was saying, the two things that you need to protect your country, they're two swords. Our first sword is the Holy Bible, the Word of God. Think about it. Some of these evil countries, right? North Korea, you can't have Bibles there. China, you can't have Bibles there. Muslim countries can't have Bibles.
Egypt,
yeah, it's a Muslim country.
there you go.
Yeah, you can't have Bibles over there. So they take the Bible away, and now in Utah, they're taking these Bibles away.
Yeah.
That's your first sword. You know what your second sword is?
What's up?
Your Second Amendment. They'll take your guns away, and then you can't defend yourself.
Yeah. And I'm not saying everyone should just buy a gun. I'm not saying that. We're not controlling you. It's in your own rights. Go get a gun before it's too late.
And that's the thing, man. There's already background checks, you know? When you go get a gun, you have to pass a background check.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so if you're a criminal or you're crazy, you can't have a gun. That's already how it is, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But for people who are sane and they're not criminals, they're law-abiding citizens, they should be allowed to buy a gun. And there's so many reasons that you should be able to.
Yeah. That's right. I think we've been recording almost 2 hours. I think we're going to end this live stream right now. Don't forget to subscribe to
ReyKaiserTv.
And don't forget to subscribe, soldiers. This is Ghost 45. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share the video. Anything?
And you know, get right with Jesus. I mean, that's the main thing. That's what matters most in this life, is getting your relationship right with Jesus. Ghost, thanks so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
No problem, man. Because the truth is out there. We're going to seek it. If you guys don't like it, try somewhere else. If you want to live in a fiction world, go on ahead. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button.
Peace.